Alright, what up guys, M2S General here, bringing you another Elder Scrolls Legends video. Today I'm doing things a little bit differently though. I'm not going to be showing you gameplay. I'm going to be talking about the news that came out yesterday, or the announcement or lack of an announcement from Bethesda and Direwolf regarding competitive gaming and esports for Elder Scrolls Legends. So they released this announcement talking about their plans, I guess, for Elder Scrolls Legends esports, and didn't reveal anything new. Let me start off by saying, look, I love this game. I love Elder Scrolls Legends. I like playing it more than any of the other card games I've ever played in my life, and that includes Hearthstone, Yu-Gi-Oh, Shadowverse, Gwent, and a couple other ones too that I can't think of right now. This is definitely my favorite one to play gameplay-wise. I like playing it. I like deck building for with a 50-card deck. I really enjoy this game more than any of the other CCGs or TCGs that I've played, and it really frustrates me that this game hasn't developed a true esports scene yet. We have the ESL tournaments every week to go for cups, and that's nice. And we do have the championship series or whatever it's called, the player run one, that Bethesda at one point did put some money towards, and then eventually pulled from. So it's nice that we have that, but we don't really have like a true, real big esports scene, a real pro league or something like that. Say, the way that Gwent has, or a massive world championship series that the way that Hearthstone has, um, or Hand of the God just announced not long ago a $200,000, I think it was pro series or something like that. So we don't we just don't have that right now for Elder Scrolls Legends, and they talked about that today in this announcement. And when I heard that they were going to be talking about esports today, I had my hopes up that they're going to be announcing something real and concrete that we would be able to look at and they'll say, look, we have this event coming up, they're doing this in the future, and we did not get that today. Instead, they talked about a whole lot of things that they want to do or need or that they've been doing or want to do for esports without really bringing us any details. And look, they've done a great job with this game in almost every other category. I think their communication, game development itself, the way that they've been adding little things, the way that they have a monthly release card a card coming out every month to help try to shake up the meta a little bit. Just um, they do a lot of things really well with this game. I really enjoy playing it, but the one thing that they continue to fail on over and over and over again, and failed again today, was on esports with competitive gaming with tournaments. And we saw that today with Twitter. I was on Twitter quite a bit today, reading what people were saying, and people were really ranting on there. And I know on Reddit people were as well. I saw a little bit out there as well, and it's deserved. Like, I'll just get into what they were talking about today, but what they talked about in the article. So they talked about community. They said that they cannot simply declare legends in esport overnight, which is true. They can't do that. And they're talking about they need new players, they need players to be retained, they need a constant influx of new players for the game. And I don't think that that's an excuse to. And they said they spent a lot of the later half of this year focusing on those things, on the overall health of the game and the community, and that's important, but I don't think that's an excuse to not put forward an esports scene, because I got Gwent, played Gwent, and spent money on the game Gwent, and I never would have if it were not for esports, if it were not for the fact that the game has a pro ladder with a $900,000, I think, or $800,000, something like that, almost $1 million pro league. If it weren't for that pro league, I never would have played the game. I never would have spent money on it. So that's the only reason I even tried the game out, and will be spending some time in this future after the beginning of the new year in January playing that game. I'm definitely going to be putting more time in that, a little bit, making YouTube videos. And if it weren't for esports, I would have no interest in that game. If this game had a big $1 million pro ladder and that game didn't have anything, I would never have tried that game out and would be spending my entire focus on this game instead. But that's not the case. So I just don't think that's a good excuse for them not to have one. And they say in 2017 we provide some support for smaller tournaments, which they ended up pulling support from. 2018 they plan to drastically increase our monetary amount that they put forward to tour. It's just more talk, until I actually see them do it, and I really hope that they do it. But until I actually see them put forth the money into it, and they talk about that again. The next thing is the other thing, they're missing tools. They thought we want to empower players to organize their own tournaments. Again, well, providing funding would help doing that. They say they need two-player spectator view on delay, and yeah, that's something they really need to add in the game. There's a few in-game things that they need to add to make private matches work a little bit better. That would be easier to run tournaments on, and those are things that could have been done by now. They obviously prioritized to do other things to instead of the spectator issues and some of the stuff they could have done to improve the tournament experience. They they very easily could have had those done by now. They chose to prioritize other things in the last year and a half since this game came out in open beta. And I've been playing this game since it came out in open beta a year and a half ago. I was really excited for this game to come out, and I played it within the first week of it being launched in open beta. So it's very frustrating that here we are a year and a half later, and we still don't have an esports team for this game. And so it just shows that they just really haven't been focused on that in the last year and a half. And then they talk about their plan for the future, and they say they want to continue to go for series on ESO. They want to put more money into player tournaments. They once again say that they're in the midst of conversation with various partners about a fully fleshed out future competitive scene, but we expect to start working towards this vision in 2018. But it's just more talk, though, and I don't want more talk. I want to see actual concrete information. I want to actually give me something that I can latch onto and be like, look, we have something that we can really, really look forward to, and not just more of we're working on something, we're working on something, we're working on something. And this is the only real complaint I have about this. Big complaining about I have about this game. I mean, there's other things that I don't like about Elder Scrolls Legends, but they're not that big for me. This is the one thing that continues to get me every time about this game, and every day when I play it, that there's no real esports scene for me to look forward to. When I played Yu-Gi-Oh, I knew I had the weekly tournaments to play in, and I had regionals to go to, and if I can get out of regionals, then there was nationals and the world championship and all that stuff. There wasn't no money involved, but still, it was competitive scene. When I played Hearthstone, I knew that there was the weekly tournaments and daily tournaments on Strivewire and other websites that I could play, and at times play against top pro players and known players, and have an opportunity to play at the highest level, and you could make it to the world championship, and they had $1 million, multi-million-dollar world championship going on. And with other games like Gwent, there's $1 million almost world championship that they have now. But with this game, they're playing just feels like there's nothing more to build toward. Just playing rank play, playing gauntlets, like the Grand Melee Gauntlet and the ESO tournaments are the biggest thing we have. And the ESOs are like $1,500 a month. And money. That's some money, but it's nothing compared to what all these other esports games have. And I just don't know if Bethesda is just hesitant to invest money into this game, into an esports scene, or what the problem is. I think an esports team will really help grow this game. Look at Counter-Strike's a shooting game, but look what happened with Counter-Strike. Every time that there was when CS:GO first came out, and they relaunched by Counter-Strike series a few years ago, it didn't do that well selling. The game was not that popular, and every time they had a tournament for it, an ESL event or whatever, the game's popularity skyrocketed. And even now, every time there's a major tournament for it, like the number of people who play it, I don't have the can find them. I think from Steam Spy or somewhere else, someone will have them. But you can find the charts that shows every time there's a big ESL event or big tournament for Counter-Strike, that the number of people playing the game on a daily basis, the number of people who purchase the game, go up dramatically, and it stays away for a few weeks, and when it comes down, it's higher than it was originally. And Gwent had 25,000 people watching a tournament a couple weeks ago. So there's no reason why they can't get this done. It frustrates the hell out of me that here we are a year and a half out of open beta, and we just still don't have an esports scene. I just had to vent my views on this, and look, I enjoy this game, I really do, and it just frustrates me that we're still at this point a year and a half later getting the same stuff that we got a year and a half ago. One last thing, I just remember when this game was first coming out, and they had all those show matches between pro Hearthstone players playing against each other, and they had some come out and play against the developers from the game. At that point, I was really, really excited for this game's future as an esport, and that they were really going to do something special with it. And then here we are a year and a half later, and we're basically in the same spot that we were when they were doing those show matches, and we just still don't have anything concrete. Still just have plans working towards this. We want to do this. We're in the midst of conversations. It's very frustrating. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching today. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more videos soon here in the next couple days. Actual gameplay videos and not so much doom and gloom videos about this game's lack of an esports scene. So, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.